The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
I ain't heard no fat lady. Cubs have not thrown in the towel. Okay, here we go. They beat the team they should beat, and they beat them handily. 14-1, they beat the Pirates last night. And this is the series they have to win. They have to win the next one, too, because they have very tough ones coming up with the Braves and the Brewers to close out the season next week. You got the Pirates and you got the Rockies after this one. So they have to win both these. Sweep them to keep the wild card slot. This victory put them half a game above the Marlins. We'll get to that in a second about what's going on with the Marlins. But first, how about this? Miguel Esparza, the amazing Spanish broadcaster for the Cubs broadcast, doing Alexander Canario's Grand Slam home run, his first career hit, his first career home run, his first career Grand Slam. Wow. If you can translate this, Kenzie speaks fluent Spanish. She's done Spanish radio. She knows everything about it. But she told me, do not ask her to translate this because when they do these home run calls,
I don't know.
There's kind of words in there that are either...
I don't know. It's loud, and it's like, okay, like, tell you like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they're speaking English, but can you tell me every word in the song? Like,
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Absolutely. It's
I'm like, he's yelling.
Dang-a-dong, bang-a-ding-a-dong, ding-a-dong.
Oh, that's my favorite Chili Pepper song.
See?
It's a direct quote.
I know them all. So we have these passes for the Museum of Science and Industry, Pompeii, the exhibition. We'll give it to you if you call up at 312-591-8300, and you can translate the call that sounded like this.
Strikes. Swing. Le pone el bate. La manda volando al jardín izquierdo. Se fue. Grand Slam. Canario. La botó. Wow. Strikes.
Oh,
Well, I know he said Grand Slam.
I know he said wow.
I heard izquierda to go to the left.
Okay.
So that was out to the left.
Yep.
And then I think I heard like la bote, which would mean like throw it away, it's gone. Like that would be that's I don't know, he's yelling.
Sounds like Kenzie might be right.
So izquierda to the left, and then le bote, like it's out of here, he threw it away, it's gone. However it's slang, you want to translate that.
Incredible.
That's
Incredible.
that's all I got for you.
If you figured out word for word, 312-591-8300, we'll give you those passes. Just call in right now. So 8 runs in the 8th, by the way. That puts them a half game ahead of the Marlins in a wild card race. Still in the 3rd slot behind the Marlins, or in front of the Marlins, I should say, where Jake Berger from the White Sox ended up. And what did Jake Berger do last night for the Marlins? The walk-off hit to win the game sounded like this.
0-2. Line drive. Base hit. Berger. The walk-off. It's a Marlins win.
Jake Berger, the White Sox traded away, the future of the franchise.
He sounds like he's having a fun time.
He's having a great time in Miami and helping them possibly get ahead of the Cubs into the playoffs, into the wild card. It's a tragic situation.
I can't overestimate enough. If you're a Cubs fan not paying attention to the Marlins right now, you should be so angry with the White Sox because for as good as Jake Berger was on the White Sox, he's playing even better in Miami. He's crushing the ball right now.
Out of hand. And we do have to give credit to the White Sox person here on the show, Case the producer, who way back on August 3rd said that Jake Berger was going to cause the Cubs to not make the playoffs by the White Sox trading him to the Marlins. And let's go back to that audio right now, way back.
He went to the Marlins, and the Marlins have just about the same record as the Cubs. They're all in this NL wildcard race right now, and this season could be determined by the Marlins essentially being gift-wrapped Jake Berger and the Cubs not making a move at the deadline. This could cost the Cubs a playoff spot. This is catastrophic for all of Chicago sports.
And no one listened to him.
No one ever listens to
No
me,
one
Brian.
listens. No one ever hears you. And that was almost 2 months ago.
It's all unfolding. This is all happening.
If it happens that just one hit from Jake Berger knocks out the Cubs from the wild card race because they've obviously blown the division.
Yeah. Look, I say this as a White Sox fan. I want the Cubs to make the playoffs. Not only do I have money on them making the playoffs, but I just want October baseball in Chicago.
Sure.
I'm rooting for you guys, but I warn you. I said on August 3rd, this is what's going to happen, and I'm looking pretty smart right now.
Yeah. It's a nice little move for you.
Yeah,
this
feels
one.
good.
It feels good. We hope you're wrong. Hope Jake Berger starts tanking. Also bad for the White Sox to not have him on their team. even if they were going to lose the rest of the season?
Why bother?
What'd they get for him? Like, I think a third prospect or something?
They got a Marlins pitching prospect, and even Marlins fans are like, yeah, we don't really know about him.
Yeah.
Have fun with that. That seems like a project.
Undiscovered.
Yeah, it's like a DIY project in the house. It's like they gutted a house and like, well, now do something with it.
Oh, tragic.
Are you saying it wasn't an even trade?
No, I'm not, because Jake Berger is hitting almost 350 with the Marlins now.
Yeah.
If you deciphered that one, not Spanish.
Are you saying that wasn't a fair trade?
The White Sox made a bad move? Well, that doesn't sound like them.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So we did get our winner that translated this perfectly. And Kenzie did a great job as well of the...
Not really.
I think you did. This is Alexander Canario's Cubs Grand Slam, his first hit last night.
Strikes. Swing. Le pone el bate. La manda volando al jardín izquierdo. ¡Se fue! ¡Grand Slam! ¡Canario! ¡La botó! ¡Wow!
Miguel Esparza just crushing it with the Cubs broadcast last night.
Sounds so fun.
Oh, sounds so much. It's just funny when it sounds so much better in Spanish, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's 7:15. Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Now everybody has a chance to win something. We have the tickets for Neon Trees. Clash with Kenzie. Call up now to compete. 312-591-8300. That is Neon Trees at the House of Blues. You could be there if you beat Kenzie in a trivia contest.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
Let it begin indeed for Neon Trees tickets at the House of Blues a week from Monday. Clash with Kenzie and Kevin in Hammond. Kevin is taking on Kenzie. Tell us something really quick about yourself, Kevin.
Oh, I work for a small business incubator in Hammond, Indiana. So we help people make new small businesses so they can spend money at the Q101 merch shop.
Oh,
Wow.
Nice tie-in.
How about that? Are you on a landline?
He sounds so good, doesn't he?
You're on a landline, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I don't know how you know that. How do you know that?
Because it sounds so crisp and
And
clear.
you sound stationary. Like, you don't. Everyone else sounds like they're moving.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Literally
okay,
like
okay.
moving houses when they call in. It's like, could you
I'm
just
always
find a
listening.
seat?
I'm always listening, so I made sure to turn my radio down. I'm ready. I'm fired up.
Holy cow. So nostalgic for the landline sound.
Yeah,
It's so-
listeners, be more like Kevin. This
Yeah.
is the standard of the call quality going forward. Sound more like him.
Yeah, when you're on the highway and the Kennedy in traffic, pull over, find yourself a speedway, go inside to the payphone, and get on the phone with us, so you can do this right and sound great.
If you call us from a payphone and let us know and can prove it, I'll send you a T-shirt.
Yeah, we'll just
All right, I will try.
we'll just forget the game and just give you a T-shirt. I'd love to hear something.
Yeah, are we still going to do trivia today?
Yeah, okay, let's do it, Kenzie. Let's do that. So Neon Trees tickets, first 1 to 5 wins. Kevin, on the count of 3, call heads or tails. 1, 2, 3, call it.
Tails.
It's heads.
Oh, wow.
Kenzie wins. Kenzie, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Kenzie, what sport did Tanya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan compete in?
Ice skating.
I didn't watch that docudrama. I heard it was amazing with Margot Robbie.
Oh, yeah.
Did not see it, but
Ooh.
Did Margot Robbie play Tanya Harding?
she did.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Arguably one of the best roles she's played. She is phenomenal as that role.
I liked her as Barbie.
Okay.
1-0 and back to Kevin.
Kevin, upon launch, how much did a single song cost at the iTunes store?
Ooh, I'm going to say 99 cents.
99 cents is right. Good job, Kevin.
Yes.
See that landline clarity?
We're picking up everything.
So sorry.
No, don't apologize. You're killing it. Let's see here. Back to Kenzie.
Yes, 1-1.
What type of animal was the first ever to be cloned from an adult cell?
A sheep.
A sheep is right. That guy died who just did that. I wonder if we're going to clone him.
I wonder. Why do you got to bring bad news and let everybody know that he died?
I know, Brian. God.
I love Kevin.
If it's part of my brand, Brian brings bad news.
Well, bring a question, Brian. It's 2-1 back to Kevin.
Kevin, for what team did Kobe Bryant play his entire professional career for?
That would be the Los Angeles Lakers.
The Lakers. We got a tie game. Right? 2-2?
Yep, and back to Kenzie.
Kenzie, how many sizes does the Grinch heart grow on Christmas Day?
3.
3 is right.
I love that
How do
movie.
you know that?
I love that movie.
Kevin, who sang the song Gangsta's Paradise?
Coolio.
Coolio. Oh, by the way, rest in peace, Coolio.
Rest in peace.
Lord Brian.
I'm sorry.
He passed away just about a year ago because it was right after Riot Fest.
It
That was his
was.
last performance.
That was his last performance ever, was at Riot Fest.
He was at Riot Fest last year?
Yeah.
I would have wanted to see that.
Yeah.
Oh, we only got ICP this year. God.
It's terrible.
Still good.
Yeah,
All right.
Foo Fighters, Cure, whatever.
You hate the Cure.
Let's see. So it's 3-3.
And back to Kenzie.
Kenzie,
Yeah.
in which U.S. state is home to the Finger Lakes? Finger.
Oh.
You guys will state?
It's the,
3.
it's the Ozark. No, is it the Ozarks?
It's not the Ozarks. Well,
Is it?
as for a state.
I know, but I was just like, it's the Ozarks, which is Missouri. Is it Missouri?
It is, and that,
Okay.
great. Obviously, we all know that from the show, which was amazing. Had a rough ending. Not trying to ruin everything for you here.
Oh, yeah, people died.
The whole show was pretty. Oh, it was a great show. Do you know, Kevin?
I'm going to say Missouri.
It's not Missouri. That's what she said. I mean, said it.
I know, but I
the
just thought you were saying it. Oh.
All I remember is the guy from The Office. Remember the Finger Lakes guy?
Yeah, when they're interviewing
Yeah.
who
He's
replaces
like, I have to
Michael.
go to the Finger Lakes this week. He kept saying it.
It was Jim Carrey.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Oh, it
Who
is.
was also the Grinch?
Wow.
So we're in a weird
Where
universe.
are the Finger Lakes, by the way?
The Finger Lakes are in New York.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, they're in New York.
All right, 3-3, back to Kevin.
Concrete jungle,
let's see here. Kevin, Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, and Ice Cube are members of what rap group?
Oh, NWA.
NWA is right.
And that stands for no. Okay, no point if you don't give the whole thing, Kevin.
Kenzie's over here dying for an FCC fine. She's dying for it.
Brian came up with the question.
All right, it is 4-3. It's back to Kenzie.
Somehow I would get canceled for that. Somehow you guys would say it. And
Whoa, way uncalled for.
I would get
Brian.
canceled.
Brian, please, come on.
Terrible.
Jeez.
Known racist Brian Haddad canceled.
That headline really writes itself.
Oh, it really does. Let's see here. Are we back to Kevin?
No, we're back to Kenzie. It's 4-3. Kevin's ahead.
Let's do this. Closest to it. How many pounds are in a ton? And Kenzie, you answer first.
Oh, well, it's 2,000.
Oh, crap. She knew it exactly. I'm sorry, Kevin. Didn't give you a chance. Did you know that, by the way?
I was going to say 2614. I'm not going to lie.
All right. Fair.
Well, I would have been closer.
Yeah, she
So
would
that's
have been.
good news.
Yes, Kenzie, you won.
All right, well, it's 4-4. It's back to Kevin. He can win Neon Trees tickets with the correct answer.
Wow.
Oh.
Here we go. Kevin, how many planets are there in our solar system?
Oh, God. 8?
8 is right because sadly,
Sorry.
don't ever apologize. Pluto's not a planet anymore. Pluto's not a planet. That's Two Skinny Jays, by the way. Is a planet, the song is called.
I love Kevin. I want him here all the time.
I'm sorry.
I did.
I
You're the
love this
best
show.
person.
You guys are great. I'm so pumped.
No one's
Had a
better
great
than
time.
you, Kevin. You're
Yeah,
just
thank you so much.
delightful. It makes me happy.
Kevin, you're going to see Neon Trees at the House of Blues, buddy.
Yes.
The Q101 Morning Crew's Clash with Kenzie.
On Q101.
And more tickets tomorrow right here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Remember, coming up at 8:20, we'll have Portugal the Man on the show and talk about a variety of things, including kind of recapping their shows in Chicago, like Twisted last year, and some things going on with the lead singer's daughter, which is a big medical thing. I think a lot of people can relate to what's going on with somebody when you have a child that's going through something and you want to do everything you can for them, and it's very difficult to help. And you think everybody's in a situation where they're in a rock band and they're rich and famous, but they still have the same problems we all have. And even though they might have a little bit more money than us, it's still something that affects you so hard that just like if you didn't have money, it's the same thing. You can't help that person. And it's just frustrating and helpless. And we'll get a little bit into that at 8:20 with Portugal the Man here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Something that's not that story at all, completely different, is maybe you've seen this video going around. the representative from Colorado, Lauren Boebert, had a first date going to the Beetlejuice musical, which, by the way, is coming, I believe, to the Auditorium Theater in November. And I want to be there. I want to see that.
I do want to see that.
Beetlejuice was an incredible movie, and the musical's getting amazing reviews as well. Ooh. So she's there at the musical, and with a first date. Now, I didn't know this was possible. There's like that black and white security footage in a movie theater always filming the crowd during the movie, or the Broadway show in this case.
I didn't know that.
I mean, I guess that's good because it's safe that someone's going to do something, but at the same time...
They have footage of everybody who goes?
They have footage of her and her first date, and they got kicked out because, first off, she was vaping at one point in the middle of the Broadway show. That's a no-no to vape in the middle of there. Come on. It's terrible.
A nice little indoor vape during a musical?
Yeah. I don't need your cherry bomb vape going in my nose. I'm trying to enjoy Beetlejuice.
It was like Smokey, you're trying to see. She probably did it along with the special effects when Smoke came out. She's like...
I don't think she cared. You watch this video, she didn't care much what was going on.
Wow.
And then they got really frisky and started groping each other in the middle of it. Got a little amorous and upset people behind them.
Did they have like one of those like, what are those things called? Those little overhangy things where royalty used to sit. What is it?
Like an opera box or something?
Yeah.
No, they're sitting right in the thick of everybody.
Woof. Okay.
Yeah, so they're right there, and the video shows them going at it. It was a first date, by the way. A first date. He's groping her upper region, and she's groping his nether regions in the middle of this date.
The Netherlands? That's what I call it.
Yeah, Netherlands. Kind of shaped like that at times. So they were doing that. Then people told him to stop, and you're being annoying, and they got mad, and they screamed at people behind them. And eventually they got thrown out of the Beetlejuice musical. And now she has come out now and said publicly, yeah, there won't be a second date, blaming him, I guess, for the situation that went on. But obviously she takes a lot of blame in this, too. It's wild that being a public figure.
So she grabbed the Netherlands and vaped and then was like, yeah, obviously it won't be on another date with him.
Right. Yeah, she did. But he also was...
She was down there milking him like a cow.
If you see the video.
And it's all his fault?
The video's right there, and you can see them doing it both to each other in the situation. It's being really annoying and ruining the experience for everybody around them. Vaping, groping, kissing.
And would you say she's a congresswoman?
She's a congresswoman. Yeah, for Colorado. I know.
Things have gotten real loose over there, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't run a tight ship like they used to.
Not like over here, running a tight ship on the...
nothing bad happens here.
Yeah. But it is... I mean, listen, people have had wild first dates, I'm sure, and things, that happen. I mean, I've some first dates, you get a little excited, but... Vaping in the middle of the musical in front of everybody else?
That's the thing. Like, having, like, a wild... You're in the middle of a musical. What is going on? Like, for me, hearing all this, it's like you had to be kind of on something else, too. Or be drunk or something. Because that's a weird public activity.
You could have the cannabis there in the vape, too. I don't know.
Yeah, because that's like a lack of self-awareness when people start to not realize...
yeah.
Her PR people have to just be like, oh, God.
Well, she's pretty loud and out there anyway, doesn't care. So that's kind of her brand. So whatever, she's giggling about it. I'm sure her followers think it's awesome that she did this. But really, the people that were at the theater or the musical.
That? Who's like, thank God somebody's finally given a handy at
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and every morning around this time, Gil Curtis comes in and gives you his take on the headlines of the day. Gil, are you ready or what?
This is not headline news. A new chapter of American Horror Story premieres tonight. Kim Kardashian's a fading Hollywood star with a sordid past. But I don't know what she is on the show. Katy Perry sold her music catalog for $225 million. Finally, she can afford to buy bras that fit. In sports, the XFL and USFL are merging. So now you can not watch them both at the same time. A Buffalo Bills fan was found naked and covered in human excrement in a construction hole near the stadium. Or as it's called in that area, a Buffalo tailgate. This is not headline news.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.